Hi, this is Claude with Smart Chain Connection, and this is our 10th video in which we'll explain how to create a backup over an Elrond node, or how Elrond calls it, Node Redundancy. Okay. Alright, so let's take it from the beginning. What we need to do actually is, when you create a backup node, the best practice is to get a totally different server with a totally different company, and install the server, make it secure, like all the steps we showed you before in this sequence of creating the Elrond node, and make it very secure. Then the next step would be to install the node on it. But when you install the node, you make sure you use the PEM key from the main node, which is this one. For in our case, if you watched our videos, this is the PEM key we used for our main node. And then you got to do some settings in the file. I'll explain all that at the right time. And then check the node in the Elrond Explorer and see if it's running properly. I'm talking about the backup node. So up to this point, we installed on the Devnet network, and let's check it out. Just we installed a node. Let's go Explorer, then let's change it to Devnet, and then go to validators, and then we are right here, all. Let's type best, because our node is best taken provider -001. Okay, this is our node. Now let's connect to it. And the way we connect to the node, I'm gonna move this really quick for a second. Create a new session, SSH. This is our main node. All right, main server. So the IP address. This is the port. Now make sure when you install the backup server, you make it secure and make it legit like this on the first one. For now, in this tutorial, in this example, I just took whatever server I had, so I can show you guys how to create a backup. I didn't do it legit, but for our nodes, I did everything legit. And for you, you just make everything legit like the main one. And when you need 5 pieces to connect to it, right now I just need an IP, a username, and a private key. This is like pretty secure, but it's not as secure as this one, as solid as this one, right? But for the sake of this tutorial, it works. I'm talking about my backup server. But if you do it legit, you just do it legit like this. All right, so that's the basic, and then advanced. I'm gonna use a private key. And I'm going to select the private key from here, which is this one. And let's go back to the basics. Username, no. This is the port, not the username. So let's put in the port. The username is Cloud123. Okay, let's connect. You can ask us for the passphrase, which is this. Right here, paste, enter. Okay, so the first tab right here, this is our main server, right? And let's see if it works. If it works, I think this is the, yeah, it's running. We can see everything is running here. So Control-C takes us out. Okay, this is the first tab, main server. Now let's connect to the backup server. In order to connect to the backup server, we go session, SSH. This is mobile extern. This is our IP. All right, the username Ubuntu, wrong username. All right, you do something that's not easy to identify. Port 22, wrong port, but it's fine. For this tutorial, it's fine. And we got an RSA private key. and I have it right here in backup server right here. And let's connect to the backup. It just gets in, no passphrase, no nothing, so that's not best practice. All right, so first tab, this is the main with Cloud 123. Second tab, this is Ubuntu, this is the backup server. Now on the backup server right now, I don't have any node installed, so we're gonna go through the process. Let me move this all the way here, and let's install the node. Let me click on this real quick and move this window more. All right. Let's go back to here, go to Documents, and then run a validator node. And right now we are on Devnet, so let's go to Scripts, and let's follow the steps. CD, copy, paste. I'm not gonna go through all the details, I'm just gonna do it. Alright, copy, get the Devnet from GitHub, cloning, everything is fine, good. Who am I? Let's double check. Who am I? Ubuntu, okay, and then I'm gonna go to this location, and then I'm gonna modify this file, paste, enter. Now I'm gonna come here. Oh, it is Ubuntu already. Okay, so it is Ubuntu and Ubuntu, we're good. Let's exit, Control X. We didn't make any changes. Okay, let's go more. We got sudo privileges. Let's go to run the script and install the node. Paste. Okay. Now we got number 1, install. How many nodes? Just one, a backup. 1. Now when it's going to ask us for the name, we're going to put whatever name we used here with a dash, backup. So we're going to do this, control copy, control C, I mean. Let's wait for this to run. Okay. Now the custom name. So I'm gonna paste this. I'm gonna type backup -000. So this is gonna be the backup for the main node 000. Okay. Enter. And it's finished. No PM keys are present. Alright. Right now, let's go back to the tutorial right here. So we enter 1 to install. How many nodes? 1. We gave it the name. Now we gotta exit. So exit is quit number 12. So we go 12 and okay. Now let's ls and see what we got here. Actually, let's get out ls. Let's get out ls. All right, we're in the main in the root folder right now. We do not have any PM keys, so we gotta use our main PM key. How do I know? Well, let's go here and read. Well, let's go to docs. Okay, so the 3rd tab, run a validator node. If I scroll down a little bit, I find this Node Redundancy. Okay, and it says here, this is the backup, right? Mechanism stuff. All right, and it says here that right here, this is a redundancy mechanism which allows the main validator operators to start additional and hot standby nodes. That means you can install as many backups as you want. each of them running the same validator key.pem file. The difference between configurations consisting on an option inside the prefs.toml file, right? I'll explain that. So in other words, we got to use the PEM we used on the main. So we don't have that, because if we go to the root, right, and ls, we don't have that, so we got to create it. So this is how we create a file. We go nano validator key.pem, right? Now it opens a new file, a brand new file. You type nano. That's the software that operates and edits the files. And if you give it a name, and if the name doesn't not exist, it creates a file, a brand new file with that name. Now I'm gonna open this file on my local machine. This is what I copy. This is my node. This is my main node. This is extremely important. I'm gonna copy this content, go back here, and let's see how I paste it. Yes. Okay, so I pasted it right here. Did it take it? Beginning and let me see what happened here. Begin private key end. Okay, let's pretend this is right. Control X. Do you want to save? Yes. Y, and then enter. Now let's verify it. Cat. Let's do an ls. Now I see it right there. It's right here. Right now, let's open it up. Cat validator key.pem, and it looks exactly like my file. Right, 58 dba, 58 dba right here. After the begin private key 4, right, 4, and then 2b70d before the first 2b70d, and then I have this private thing ytbj, and then it ends with u3mg equal u3mg equal, and this dot end private key for 50 dba, which is the same with this. Should be the exact same thing. And it's 58 right here, and it ends in 2b70. Good, so we got the PEM key. Now we go back to installing the node. We don't have to generate it, because this step is to generate the key, but I have to create the validator keys folder. So let's do this thing. Copy, paste. We are already in that folder, so let's create a folder like it says right here. Paste, ls. Let's check. We got the folder, we got the validator key. Now we're gonna skip this step. We don't want to generate anything else. We got our PEM key. Let's copy the PEM key to this folder, like we did it in the creation of the node. The first node we did, the main node. Okay, now we're gonna check if we got it right. So let's copy this thing. Control C. Oops. Copy. Right, because I want to go to the folder. So I'm gonna do change directory. I'm gonna paste that thing. Paste and enter. And then I'm gonna do an ls. I want to see if I have the validator key. Yes. So what I'm doing right now, because I did the copy. Where are you? Where are you, puppy? I did the copy right here. Copy validator key to this folder. To this folder, right? Like 3 rows down. Right? And then I went to that, I changed directory to that folder, and I'm just looking inside of it with ls, and I'm seeing the file. I'm just double checking every move I make. All right, now I'm gonna come back home, cd tilde ls, and I see I have this folder, I have this file, and right now I gotta zip it. So I'm gonna zip into node 0, paste, zip. It got deflated 51%, perfect. And then I'm gonna move the node 0 into the folder I created. So paste, and then I'm gonna check. And ls. I don't have the node 0 zip, so it should be in validator key. So change directory, validator keys, and then ls, and I see it in there. Let's get out. ls. I should see my validator key right here. Okay, now I don't have to run. Well, I do actually. Let me start now. Before we do this, we gotta change the file. So if we go back to redundancy, it says that we have to change this prefs.toml file for redundancy level and give it another value. Now, because this is the backup, this is the main, this is the backup, this is the main, right? So let's go to the main, and I want to show you something. ls, this is the root directory. Let's go in Elrond nodes, pardon me, in Elrond. Let's go inside the Elrond nodes folder, cd Elrond nodes ls, cd node 0 ls, cd config ls, and now I see this file prefs.toml. Okay, so let's see what's inside. Cat prefs.toml, and we can see right here. So this is the file. It starts right here, and it ends right here. This is the content of the file. See, this is my cat. Okay, so I'm seeing a few things here. This is the name of the node, best staking provider -000, which is our main node, and the redundancy level is 0. Your main instance, see right here, your main instance, -1 is disabled, and 0 is your main instance, which is our main node. So our main node is redundancy level 0. Good. Now we go to our backup, go to the same path, cd Elrond nodes, and then we go to, let's change, ls, cd node 0 ls, cd config ls, and now I see the file right here. Now remember, this is the backup. So let's go inside this file, nano prefs.toml. Right, with nano we edit the file, and now we go with the arrows, and we can see here redundancy level represents the level of redundancy, and 0 is the main one. It has more things here. Maybe if I scroll, no, you can't see it. Anyway, and it says the first backup is 1, so let's make this 1. So we go here and we make this number 1. Now we save it, Control X and Y and enter. Right, so right now we have this let's count this file so we can see if it took it. Tom. Alright, and we can see redundancy level is 1 right now. First backup should be 1, second backup should be 2, and stuff like that. What's happening actually? If we look here in the node redundancy tutorial, if you scroll down a little bit, it's gonna tell you a formula. It's gonna be level times 5 missed rounds. What is that supposed to mean? Well, level in our case is 1 right here, right? 1. 1 times 5 equals 5. That means after 5 times the first node didn't get to do the process it was supposed to do, or he failed 5 times, not necessarily in a row. It could fail one in the first half of the day, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 next day in the morning. So that means it failed 5 in a day and a half. Then this backup kicks in and takes it over. Now if the main comes back in and is good, then backup goes on standby and main takes it over. But if you put this number in redundancy level 2, that means 2 times 5, 10. That means the main node has to fail 10 times before this backup kicks in. You don't want to have a bigger number than 1 for the first backup, because you don't want to wait and waste like a few days until the backup kicks in. It's better to kick in quicker. If it failed 5 times, just kick in. So that's why I put number 1. If you have a second backup for the same main, on the second backup you put number 2. That means if the main failed 5 times, the first backup kicks in. If the first backup kicks in and fails 5 times, that means 5 and 5 is 10. The second one kicks in. And that's how it works. Now, we did the settings, right? We did the settings, and now we got to start the node, because we didn't do these steps. We did the node 0-zip, we put in the file in the folder, but we didn't start the node, so we got to start the node. So we come back here, we run the script that gives us the options, right? And now we get the options, and we got to start. Start is number 7. This is a little bit outdated, the tutorial as of today. Maybe by the time you're looking at it, it's gonna be good. So 7 starts the node. Process finished. Press any key to continue. Now it started the node. Let's quit 12 and let's check it out. So this is how we check it out with this script. Copy, paste. And usually it will fail. It would fail for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then it will start. Alright, second fail. Now we started. Okay, so we're good. So right now, on the same PEM file, PEM key, we have the backup. See, it's running right now. So this, let's check it out. So we see nodes, pool, and we see blocks. Okay, let me check one more thing, and then we can change, go and check it in the Explorer. I think we're good. Now let's get out of this. Control C. Okay. Now this is our main. This is our backup. Okay. Now let's go to the Explorer right here and do the best enter. Not yet. Let's refresh this page. We don't see it. It's gonna take a little bit. It might be, let's make sure it's all here. Best. It might take a little bit to show up, but it will show up. And you're gonna see here is gonna be best taking provider, backup, and then 000. Maybe it's not gonna fit all the characters inside, but anyway. Okay. Come on, puppy. Yes, right now. You see it? So I got my main and I got my backup right here. Let me make this bigger so maybe we can see more. No, we cannot. Okay. So this is just an observer for now, because it's just observing. This is doing the work, the main, and this is observing right now. right? But anyway, now you can see how you can create a backup, and this is what we've done right here. We created we installed another server and made it secure. Make sure you make it secure, not like I did with this backup. I just took a server I had for the purpose of this tutorial, but you make it secure like we did the first one. You want to make sure both of them are secure, okay? Because the PEM file, that's the node. If someone gets that, can compromise your node. You don't want to do that, because you're wasting 2,500 e-gold, which is more than 500,000 right now. All right. Now, install the server, make it secure, install the node on it, and then you do the steps. Install the node, and then you put the PEM file, and then you get back to the node and turn it on. Let's put it here to make sure. Use the PEM file for that, and then do the settings. Actually, yeah, you do the settings, and then 6 start the node, and then 7 check it in Elrond. All right, these are the right steps, and maybe the spelling would help. Okay, so these are the steps. I'm gonna stop the video right now, and I will continue with one more video, I think, in which I'm gonna show you how to do 2 nodes on one server.